Everyone, once again I welcome you all to your English 2 class, and as you know we have started Act 2 Scene 1, and the last day we saw that here Gonzalo is trying to what you can say cheer up Alonso, who is too much in a pensive mode because according to him, or he believes, or here everybody in the vessel, everybody is now believing that Ferdinand is no more. Ferdinand has died. Now here we can see that Gonzalo is trying his best. Not only Gonzalo, also Adrian. Both of them are trying their best to make Alonso a bit cheerful, but they are not being able to do so. At the same time, we can find that the evil-minded, the two persons who are here, Antonio and Sebastian, they are constantly continuing their sting operation. That is, they are constantly mocking at whatever comment Gonzalo is making and Adrian, and even they are going to the extent of having a bet, or you can say they are kind of predicting that who will be talking next, whether it is Adrian or whether it is Gonzalo. So this way they are kind of mocking at the whole incident, whatever is going on, that we can find that Alonso is so much in a very pensive mode that he is not even eager to listen to whatever is being said by Gonzalo and Adrian. So he is asking everyone that you please leave me alone and you go away from here. But we can see that Gonzalo, he loves the king very much, and he will not leave him until and unless he can make him cheerful again. He can make him active and bring him to normalcy again, because he knows it very well that the king is too much disheartened. The king is kind of, you can say that he has lost his son recently. So then also he is as a very true counselor, he is trying to do his duty in the best possible way. Now here we can see again Gonzalo is saying that our garments being, we have completed up to here, and then we are starting from here, line number 60, that our garment being as they were drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and gloss, being rather new, dyed and stained with salt water. So Gonzalo is saying that our dress is in the same condition as when we started our journey. That time as we wore our dress, the dress is still new, the dress is still in the same condition, only it has got stained with salt water, but apart from that it is all okay, it is all new. Antonio is saying, if but one of his pockets could speak, would it not say he lies? Antonio is saying that when somebody's ship got wrecked, or you can say somebody has experienced a shipwrecking incident, somebody was about to get drowned and by swimming, and this way anyhow he has saved his life. So it is believed that in his pocket, Gonzalo is claiming that our dress is all new, but here Antonio is saying that in his pocket there will be some mud, there will be some sort of pebbles, kind of something can be there. So if his pocket could speak, then the pocket would have revealed that here Gonzalo is lying, because in the pocket all these mud and pebbles, these can be there when you were about to get drowned, about to when you have just got escaped from your shipwrecking incident. So in the pocket all these muds and pebbles should be there. Sebastian is saying, oh, or very falsely pocket off his report. So it will just pocket off his report, it will just, whatever he is saying, his pocket will just reverse it, his pocket will just say the opposite, whatever Gonzalo is saying. That means if his pocket could be checked, then you can find that there are some mud water, there are some pebbles, these kind of things will be there. Gonzalo is saying, methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we put them on first in Africa. At the marriage of the king's fair daughter Claribel to the king of Tunis. So he is saying that as we wore our dress when the king's daughter Claribel, her marriage was there with the king of Tunis. Next comment is very important when Sebastian is saying it was a sweet marriage and we prosper well in our return. So this is what we call irony. Okay, so by this we mean we say something, literally we say something, but we mean just the opposite. So here Sebastian is saying something, but he is trying to mean just the opposite. What he is trying to say here, it was a sweet marriage. So he is cursing the marriage. He is saying that it was such a such an unlucky marriage, and we prosper well in our return. And he is saying we prosper well. That means we have got prosperity in our return. That means we have to face our misfortune while we were returning back. We have to face our misfortune. So anyway, this is an unlucky marriage. So that is what Sebastian is trying to say here. He is very ironical here. What he is trying to say, what he is saying, and what he is trying to say is just the opposite. So he is trying to mean that it was an unlucky marriage, and because in the midway, while we were returning home, in the midway we had to face the misfortune. Tunis was never graced before. Adrian is saying Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen. Okay, so here we can find some sort of you can say racism, the hint of racism, you can say. Not only in the comment of Adrian, but also Sebastian's comment also, that the marriage was, as you know, Tunisia or Tunis is an African coast. So this one, there will be the black people, and it is believed that a racism kind of a hint is being given here, that the black and the king's daughter was a fair complexion. So that kind of a hint is being given. So Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen. So she is a paragon of beauty. Claribel is too much beautiful. So here Adrian is trying to say that the kingdom of Tunisia has never seen such kind of a beautiful queen. Gonzalo is saying, not since widow Dido's time. Now this is important. Here the reference goes to Dido. Now if you go for the mythological story behind it, you will be finding that Enos, who is believed to be the son of Jupiter, so he was given the responsibility of establishing the Troy or the Rome, you can say, the Roman kingdom. So while he was doing so, that time Venus, another goddess, she thought that she will be sending Cupid so that Enos and Dido can fall in love. Okay, so earlier Dido was married to someone whose name was Iarbus, Iarbus. So then there was some sort of Iarbus was again engaged to Dido's sister. Dido's sister liked him. So this way Dido got married to Enos. Because when Enos not married, you can say they fall in love. So when actually Enos was telling the story of how he established the kingdom, how he established the Carthage, you can say, or how he established the Roman kingdom, while he was narrating the story, that time only by getting this brave narrative, Dido fell in love with him. But it was not a complete love story, you can say. It didn't get complete. They got separated. So that is how the reference comes of Dido. Another, you can see that Christopher Marlowe, another writer of English literature, and Thomas Nast, they have written another book on this, that is Tragedy of Dido. Okay, Tragedy of Dido. So Dido is here, it has been said, not since widow Dido's time. So it was believed that Curtis then Dido tried to commit suicide, and before that she established the kingdom Curtis. So Carthage was now it is believed that it is in Tunisia. So afterwards we will be finding that Gonzalo is commenting that Carthage is Tunis itself. So there is a reference which goes to the, here he is trying to say that for long time, it is till Dido's time, that means it goes to the remote past time, that they have not seen such a paragon of beauty. Dido was obviously beautiful, and here again it has been said that they have got such a nice queen in the form of Cliven. Antonio is saying, widow, a pox of that. How came that widow in widow Dido? So as you know, they are making some irrelevant comment. They are not being, they are not getting, or they are not catching the real point on which something is being commented by Gonzalo, but they are taking it in the literal sense, and they are making some sort of abrupt comment. Sebastian is saying, what if he had said widow or anus too? Good Lord, how you take it? Okay, widow or anus, as I have said. So both of them, Anus also. Anus, as you know, was the son of Jupiter. So the reference comes of Anus also. Adrian is saying, widow Dido said you make me study of that. Adrian is saying, she was of Carthage, not Tunis. So Adrian is saying that if you have mentioned the name of widow Dido, you tell me why did you mention, because she was the queen of Carthage, she was not of Tunis. But this Tunis was Carthage, Gonzalo is saying. So as I have said, Carthage is actually, it is believed that it is situated somewhere in the North African coast, you can say, and Tunisia is also the same one. Carthage, I assure you, Carthage. Antonio, his word is more than the miraculous heart. So again, you can say a comment to what you can say, an inviting comment for Gonzalo, because they are not liking him, and anyway they are trying to what you can say, trying to abuse him, trying to make fun of him. Sebastian is saying he had raised the world and houses too. So he has raised by his speech. He can establish a city, you can say, but by raising the walls and the houses, making the houses, he is having such a quality. That means Gonzalo is having such a quality that he, with his word, he can do whatever he wants. So what impossible matter will he make every next? So now what next that impossible he will make possible? Gonzalo. Antonio is saying that Gonzalo with his, they are both of them, Antonio and Sebastian, they are saying that Gonzalo with his words he can do anything. So what impossible thing he will make possible now? I think he will carry this island home in his pocket and give it to his son for an apple. Again, you can say sort of mocking at him. So they are saying that I think he is such powerful, his words are so miraculous that it can create magic, and with that he will be carrying this island, he will be lifting that up, he will put it in his pocket, and he will gift it as an apple to his son. So here they are kind of trying to humiliate him, trying to make fun of him, and showing the kernels in it of it. His sea bring forth more island, and he will be showing you can say he will be showing the seeds of this island, and he will be creating more island. He will sow the seeds in the sea, and in that way he will create more island. Just he will be while he will be taking this island to his home, he will be creating more island. Okay, so next he is saying, Gonzalo, why in good time Gonzalo was as if he was in a very trance-like situation, as if he was not in his proper condition, as if he just coming to his sense. He's saying, Antonio is saying, why in good time, why you have woke up, you were somewhere, you were lost somewhere, I thought that you were lost in his thought, why you woke up? Gonzalo sir, we were talking that our garments seem now as fresh as when we were at Tunis at the marriage of your daughter, who is now the queen. So Gonzalo is saying that I was telling it. Again he is repeating, means he was somewhere lost in his thought. Antonio is saying, and the rarest that ever came there. Okay, so here he is trying to say, again he is trying to say that Tunis, they will be, the people of Tunis, they will be so much lucky, they will be so much lucky to have Claribel as their queen, because she is so much beautiful. She is, they have never seen such a beautiful king, such a beautiful queen. So rare. That is why it is being said rarest that ever came there. So who rarest means such kind of beauty they have very rarely experienced. They have very rarely seen. Sebastian is saying, bet I beseech you, widow Dido. So he is trying to say here that I entreat you, widow Dido. Oh, widow Dido. Widow Dido. Antonio is saying, isn't sir my dowlet as fresh as the first day I wore it? I mean in a sort. Gonzalo is very much rigid with his point. He is trying to say that my jacket, dowlet, my jacket which I am wearing, it's like new as when I wore it. The first time I wore it, it's like that only. Then he is saying that it's not, if not totally, but to some extent it is new. So he is trying to say, I mean in a sort. That means in a way it is new. In a way it is new. So that sort was well fished for. So Antonio is saying that he can very nicely he can accommodate the words together. He can arrange his words together, and in a very sweetly he delivers his words. So in a way that is the tricky one. So that is what Antonio is trying to say. In a sort, this is the tricky one for him. Gonzalo is saying, when I wore it at your daughter's marriage, again and again Gonzalo is like here, it seems too much repetitive. He is again and again trying, but his intention, he is not an evil-minded person. He is doing all these things with a noble mind, that he will bring forth the laughter, the smile back in the king's face. Alonso, after a long time, he is now talking. You cram these words into mine ears. So you are just forcing these, whatever you are saying, no, it's like you are forcefully putting these in my ears. Against those stomach of my cells, as when you eat food, your stomach tells you that I'm fulfilled, totally there is no space, but still if you eat food, it's like that condition. That means you are telling me, and you are making me, you are forcing me, you are putting it, you are kind of pushing it into my ears, and my ears has to digest it. You can say my ear has to listen to it without my will, without my desire. I don't want to listen to all these words. Would I had never married my daughter there, for coming thence my son is lost. She too, who is so far from Italy, remote. I never again shall see her. So she is saying that it was all my misfortune, it was all my wrongdoing, it was my wrong decision, so to say, that I got my daughter married to such a distant place, that from Italy it is so much far away that I will not be able to see my daughter again, and at the same time while going back home I lost my son too. So this is I shouldn't have done it. My son is lost. She too, who is so far from Italy, remote. I never again shall see her. I will not be able to see my daughter again. Oh, thou mine heir, you know that the next generation who will be inheriting your position. So, oh, thou mine heir, of Naples and Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee? So he is kind of addressing it to Ferdinand, that what strange fish has eaten you up? He has eaten the flesh of my dear son. Sir, he may live. I saw him, Francisco, another lord. As you know, Adrian and Francisco, they are the lords. So they are saying here that I saw him while he was swimming. He was kind of swimming and trying to escape. So I'm not going into detail. Whatever he has said, he tried to mean that I saw him while he was trying to swim. Alonso is saying, no, he is gone. No, he is dead. Sebastian is saying, sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss. So Sebastian and Antonio, they are such kind of an evil-minded person. As I have said, they are not leaving any stone unturned in order to make the best use of the opportunity. So they know the king is in a very pensive mood, but still they are striking against it. So what he is saying, all these things have happened because of you. You are responsible for this great loss. That you would not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather lose her to an African. So it's not a blessing that you got your daughter married to an African, but it's a curse for the whole country of us, for the whole continent of us. Where she at least is banished your eye, she is now away from your eye, and who hath caused to wait the grief on it, and your eyes will always be, you will be shedding the tears always. Alonso is saying, Prithee, peace, please, you all stop these and let me be in peace. You leave me alone. So Alonso is saying, no more words. Sebastian is saying, you were kneeled to and imparted otherwise by all of us, and the fair soul herself weighed between loathness and obedience, at which end of the beam should bow. We lost our son, we lost your son. And so here Sebastian is trying to say that it was your daughter was in a dilemma, whether to listen to her own hurt. She didn't want to get married to such a faraway king, to a person who lives in a very faraway kingdom. But another side was the command of her father. So she was in a dilemma whether to listen to her heart or whether to follow her father's instruction. But in the way we lost your son too, so that falls yours own. This is important. Last one in page number, in your line number 130, where it has been said that falls your own. The fault is your own. Whatever has happened, you are responsible for that. My Lord Sebastian, so is the dearest of the loss. Alonso is saying, so is the dearest of the loss. So that is why, so is the dearest of the loss means you are saying, I am responsible for that. That is why I am suffering the most. Loss or the suffering has made me endeared. They have chosen me, and I am suffering for that. All the faults were mine, and I am only suffering. The most I am suffering. Gonzalo is saying, my Lord Sebastian, the truth you spoke doth lack some gentleness. So now Gonzalo is in his sense, and what he is saying, is this the correct time to say all what you are saying? You have said, okay, you have said something which may be true, but it lacks the kindness, it lacks the generosity. You should not be so much strict, so much hard to someone who had just now lost his son. So you rub the sore when you should bring the plaster. It's very important line. So it's being said when you have an injury, or when you have a wound. So that time, if you rub the wound, it will be more painful rather than if you try to heal it. If you rub the wound, or where you have got cut, if you rub it, it will be more painful. You are doing the same thing. Instead of curing it, instead of healing it, you are just rubbing it. You are rubbing the wound so that it will become painful. Sebastian, very well. So they are again mocking at him. So they will be saying, like, see how he has learned the anatomy of human body. He has learned, he is behaving like a surgeon. So it has been said here. And most most Chargianly, that means like a skillful surgeon. So he is commenting as if he is a doctor. He is commenting as if he is a surgeon. So they will be mocking at him. So they are saying, it is foul weather. It is foul weather in us all, good sir, when you are cloudy. Ganjalo, another very witty comment. He is saying, so when you are cloudy, when your thought is not clear, when your thought is some sort of, you have some other intention, evil intention in your mind, you make the surrounding also cloudy. Your surrounding also gets affected by the thought process that goes on in your mind. Your surrounding also gets affected by the thought process that goes on in your mind. Foul weather, very foul. So they are saying foul weather. They are trying to mock at Gonzalo. They are trying to say that it's a very foul weather, very foul weather. That means this foul fellow Gonzalo has made all these things. Had I plantation of this isle, my lord. Gonzalo again is in his business back. So he is trying to say, if I am given the responsibility of plantation, he would sow with nettle seed. So what he will do, again here you can see two things. One is that plantation means he is not taking it in a literal sense, or he is not telling it in a literal sense. Plantation means if I can redecorate, I can refurbish the island, if I can make it like a very lively place. But they are taking, Antonio and Sebastian, they are taking it in the literal sense, and they are saying here plantation means planting the trees or sowing the seed. So what they are saying, that he will be showing the nettle seed. That means he will be showing some seed of some stars or some unwanted plants, you can say. Sebastian will be saying, or dogs or mallows or some weeds. Dogs and mallows are some weeds, you know. So he will be planting all these things. Gonzalo is saying, were the king on it, what would I do? Were the king on it, what I would do? So Gonzalo is saying, if I were the king of it, do you know what I will do? I will do then. Gonzalo is saying, in this commonwealth, I would by contraries execute all things, for no kind of traffic, which I admit no name of magistrate, letters should not be known, riches, poverty, and use of service, none, contract, succession, bound of land, so there will be nothing, no occupation, all men idle, all women too, but innocent and pure, and no sovereignty. This is very important last one. So what he is trying to say here, that if I become the king, you know what I will do. So he is saying that I will, we missed something here. Sebastian was saying, escape being drunk for want of wine. That means you will be trying to become drunk, and that is why you will be needing more and more wine. So you will make the thing very temperate. That means you will be wanting for to get drunk, but you will be having a less supply of wine. So you will make the thing more temperate. So you will be wanting it, and you will be having it less. So then Gonzalo is saying his view of what he will do if he is the king. He will create such an atmosphere where there will be no competition, where there will be no hierarchy, where there will be nobody, everybody will be idle. There will not be any work deadline given to anyone, any work status given to anyone. Men will be idle, women will be idle, but everybody will be innocent, and there will be no sovereignty. This is important, and this makes another mockery when Antonio and Sebastian will be commenting. So what they are saying, he sees what Gonzalo is saying, that I will make such a place where there will be no sovereignty. That means where there will be no kind of an upper authority. There will be no superior authority. So then it's become contrary, because first you have said that I will be the king, and next you are saying that there will be no authority. Now what is that? So then that is noted out, very nicely noted by Sebastian. Yet he would be the king on it. So he said that there will be no sovereignty, there will be no hierarchy, there will be no upper authority, but again he is saying that I will be the king of it. In the beginning he said, here in the beginning means in the beginning of his comment, in the Commonwealth I would be the, so he is saying if I were the king. So Antonio is the latter end of his Commonwealth forgets the beginning. So the last part of his comment is forgetting what he has commented in the beginning of his speech. Gonzalo, all things in common nature should produce with spate or endeavor, treason, felony, sword, all these things would I will not be having all these things, gun, knife, treachery, all these things will not be there. Everybody will be innocent and everybody will be leading their life in a very peaceful way, but at the same time in a very ideally, lazy way. Sebastian is saying, no marrying among his subjects, there will be no marrying among his subjects. Now Antonio is saying that there are some sort of negative comments passed by Antonio. He is trying to say that none man will all be idle, whores and knaves. So there will be the prostitutes and there will be the villains. Next, I would with such perfection govern to excel the golden age. I shall be with all the excuse, I shall be governing to make it a golden place. That means this place will be a golden one. That is where I shall be having my kingdom. It will be some sort of, you can say it will be some sort of a golden age. That means it will be full of prosperity, full of wealth, and everybody will be so much happy. Sebastian is saying, save his majesty, long live Gonzalo. So all these are ironical comments. They are saying that they are kind of mocking Gonzalo. So Gonzalo is saying, and do you mark me, sir? So Gonzalo thought that Alonso was not listening to him. Alonso is, Prithee, no more, thou dost talk nothing to me. So Gonzalo is saying, I pray to you, everyone, please don't talk to me, leave me alone, let me be alone. And whatever you are saying, thou dost talk nothing to me. It's not entering into my ear. I'm not listening to it. So it's totally futile. Gonzalo is saying, I do well behave, your highness, and did it to minister occasion to these gentlemen who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing. So Gonzalo is now bouncing back. So he is saying that all these things which I am saying, these people are there, Antonio and Sebastian, who can laugh at anything and who can laugh at nothing. So means my words are some sort of directed towards them also. It was you we laughed at. Antonio is saying it was you we laughed at. Means they are trying to, again, when directly Gonzalo is accusing them that they, or you can say not accusing, when directly Gonzalo is trying to say that it's not only for you, the king. I am giving some sort of ingredients so that they can mock at me, or they can, because they are having this rare quality of laughing at anything. Gonzalo is saying, who in this kind mercy, merry fooling, have nothing you, so you may continue and laugh at nothing still. Gonzalo is saying that, well, in the matter of laughing at the silliest trifles, you all are the master of that. You can laugh at any silly, very trivial thing, so you can go on. What a blow was there given. Antonio has now realized that Gonzalo he has come to know that they were mocking at him and he knew everything. So they are saying that what a blow, Gonzalo has bounced back towards us. Sebastian is saying, and it had not fallen flat long, and it is not like it had not fallen flat long. It is not like falling in a flat way, rather it is kind of piercing us. So it's having an edge, a very sharpened edge. Gonzalo's words are having kind of, if you compare it to a bow, so you can say that it is having a sharpened edge, and which is we are getting pierced with that. It is a piercing, you can say. So you are gentlemen You are gentlemen of brave battle. You are very brave gentlemen of courageous. You are very courageous. You are having a very courageous spirit. You would lift the moon out of her sphere, and you are so brave that you will lift the moon out of the place moon was. And if she would continue in it 5 weeks without changing, if she continues in her course without changing for 5 weeks, now there will be Ariel who will enter here, and Ariel, as you know, he is invisible. Nobody can see him. So Ariel will enter. And his music will be heard. He will be having a very enchanting, very melodious, very soothing music. We would show, and then go a bat fowling, and we will, if that is a very dark night when we will displace the moon from its place. So it will be a very dark night, and that time we will hunt. We will go in hunting, and we will hunt for the bats. Okay. The bat, you know, the animal, that kind of night nocturnal creature, you can say. So they will go for hunting the bats. Nay, good my lord, be not angry. Antonio is saying, good my lord, don't be angry with us. So they are thinking now they are in a kind of, you can say, in a very indirect tug of war. Gonzalo is in one side and Antonio and Sebastian is in another side. They are trying to now they are trying to directly make fun of him. Earlier they were, whatever they are saying, they were saying it aside, they were in a whispering tone. Now directly they are saying, you don't get angry, Gonzalo, you don't get angry. Gonzalo, no, I warrant you, I can guarantee you, I will not get angry. I will not adventure my discretion so weakly. My position, my designation, my stature, I will not spoil it so weakly, in a so feeble way. Will you love me asleep? Will you love me while I'm going to, now I'm feeling drowsy, so I will go to sleep. Will you make me laugh with your witty comments, with your funny comments? If you make me laugh, so I will have a very fast sleep. Go sleep and hear us, all except Alonso, Sebastian and Antonio. All sleep. So Antonio said, you go and you listen to us, so that you will have, as you said, no, that if we continue commenting against you, you will be in a very funny way, you will fall fast asleep. So you go, you lie down here and you listen to us. So all are there, all are gone. Only Alonso, Sebastian and Antonio, all three are left. Alonso is saying, were all so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would with themselves start up my thoughts. I find they are inclined to do so. So Alonso is saying, how can everybody sleep so faster? How can they fall asleep so faster? I wish the same could happen to me, so that I could also sleep. Because when I will sleep, my thoughts, all these thoughts which has captured my mind, I will be free from them for some time at least. Sebastian is saying, please you sir, do not omit the heavy offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow. When it doth, it is a comforter. So they are saying that do not, sir, you do not neglect the sleep of yours, which brings the drowsiness in your eyes, and because sleep doesn't come to somebody who is so much sorrow stricken. So if sleep comes to your eyes, you go and lie down. So again, a sting opposition to Alonso. So they are trying to say that, as we know, you are so much in a pensive mood, you are so much in a very sad and sorrowful situation. So sleep seldom comes to this kind of person. So if you get sleep, you don't neglect it, you go and lie down. Antonio is saying, we too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety. So this is the very witty, again another comment. So this tells us that Antonio is trying to say that your safety is in our hand and we are not safe. So means they are not safe. So they are trying to say that you go and sleep. Antonio is trying to say you go and sleep, and we are there, I and Sebastian, we will be guarding you, we will be giving you the safety. But they will not be giving the safety. They will rather be planning to assassinate the king. They will rather be planning to kill the king. Thank you, wondrous Abbey. So Alonso is saying, thank you, I feel much drowsy. I feel much sleepy. Okay, so we shall be stopping here, which is up to line number, I think, 95, 3, 4, 3 and, okay, 190, I think. 190 kind of. So thank you. Alonso is saying thank you, wondrous Sally. That means I feel too much sleepy. So with this, we will be stopping here today. We shall be continuing our class. We shall be continuing this text. I think we can complete this Act 2 Scene 1 at least in the next one. Okay. So thank you. That's all for today. Thank you again.